TGTV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my Carrera GT. Over my shoulder here today is a fairly overcast day here in the Cotswolds. I'm actually here with the boys from Car Vertical, fresh from Lithuania, literally just hopped off a plane straight to the Cotswolds because we're out today in the Carrera GT. And very, very good timing, because at the point of filming this video, the road cover, insurance-wise, is being pulled by major insurers across the country, and in fact across the world, because there is a worldwide recall on this car that I've talked about. The situation's worsened, and this is probably going to be my last drive in this car for quite some time. So I thought I'd take it out with the boys from Car Vertical, and I'm going to drop in right now what Car Vertical is about, if you don't know already, and you should know because you would have seen it absolutely everywhere.
Before you buy your next car, make sure you run a Car Vertical report. It's super simple. All you need to do, type in your registration or the VIN number into carvertical.com, generate a report, and use my code TGE to save some money. Like this M5 here, it was previously accident damage. It was crashed pretty badly, as you can see, and it was repaired. Both sets of images are on Car Vertical, available to find. It'll also bring up mileage discrepancies, recalls, imports, exports, outstanding finance, and a whole host more. Make sure you use my code TGE and you will save some money on your Car Vertical report.
So then, here she is, parked up. Quite a sad moment, because I did have some plans for this car, some top-off driving all over the place, and we'll get into in a second what on earth is going on with Porsche and these cars, because the situation is far from ideal. It really is not ideal at all, and there are a lot of angry owners, myself actually borderline included. I am a little bit annoyed, but we'll go into that and go and take it out and listen to it, because that's what you're all here for, really. You're not here to listen to me. Updates wise with the car then, obviously it had its major service at Reading late last summer, which the full video of that is on the channel. About 17 grand deep on that service. So the car is tickety-boo, it's got brand new tyres, absolutely everything has been done. It's got a fresh MOT. The car, as far as I'm concerned, is absolutely perfect, and I'm pretty sure it is absolutely perfect. However, the recall says otherwise. So we will jump in then right now. On the wrist today, we've got full GP Laureato rose gold skeleton. We'll hop in then, fire up and get going. Here we go then. She's fired up. Just been taking some shots with the Car Vertical chaps for a feature that's going to be live with them very, very soon. If it's live by the time this video goes out, I will give you the link. It's an interview and all sorts of stuff. For the time being, let's try not to crunch this if we can. Bit of a greasy day in the Carrera GT on Cotswolds roads. Let's hope we don't meet any horses. Follow me, chaps. Steady, it's greasy out there on these roads. There's horses about, there's all sorts of hidden perils here in the Cotswolds. But this car, for something that's so uneasy at low speed, it's so good once you get moving. It really is unlike anything I've ever driven before and ever likely to drive. It's an absolute unicorn. Oh, someone coming the other way. Oh, God, stress. So, what is going on with this car? What is the recall situation? I put out a video not long ago saying that Porsche put out a stop use campaign, which effectively, oh my God, good God. I put out a video not long ago about Porsche's stop use campaign on this car, which is basically Porsche saying there may be an issue with the spherical joints. We've seen corrosion in one car, and we can't absolutely guarantee that that's not an issue with all of the cars, so therefore we advise you not to drive them. The full details of that are in a video I put out not long ago from Octane Collection. That has now advanced because Porsche at the time said that they would offer an inspection on the cars. I'll close this. I know you probably want to listen to the engine more than me. Porsche said they'd offer an inspection on the cars, and oh my god, this is no good on narrow roads. Christ alive. Oh, I'm having no fun. Porsche said they'd offer an inspection on the cars, and that has been withdrawn. So Porsche said, we'll offer an inspection on the cars, we'll give you the green light if your car's okay and it's not suffering from corrosion, and then down the line we'll give you the part. And all the owners on, you know, worldwide in fact, probably like, yeah, that's absolutely fine, not ideal, but who really cares? Porsche have since withdrawn that offer of an inspection and are simply saying, wait until Q3 2024 at the earliest for replacement parts for this car. And in the meantime, they're saying do not use it, and insurance companies in the meantime are now saying do not use them either. We are cutting road cover and we will only insure them laid up. There's been a couple of major insurers to do that so far. I'm yet to receive communication that my insurer has done it, but I suspect they may well go that way. So for the time being, I'm insured, but I don't know how long that's going to last. I'm basically on a stay of execution right now. I know they're probably going to pull it, and there are conversations with insurers coming down the line to explain the situation and try and get them to reinstate some cover. The situation as it stands then for a lot of Carrera GT owners, particularly in the UK, I'm not sure worldwide exactly what's going on, is that the cars will need to be sawn and they're only insured to be laid up. There is no road cover for a lot of the Carrera GTs in the UK right now, and potentially by the time you're watching this video, this car as well. Pretty stressful stuff. So this is my last drive, potentially for a little while. I know there are calls with big wigs and insurance companies, people at Porsche are involved, to see what can be done on the cover side of things, because it does seem crazy that one issue with one car in the US has affected the whole Carrera GT network worldwide in such a drastic way, and that seems such a knee-jerk reaction. And actually Porsche, I love the brand, I eat, breathe and sleep it, but I don't think they've handled this that well. They've been a bit generic, they've acted like they don't really give a monkeys in a lot of ways, and I do think they could have handled it slightly better. They have just given it a bit of a blanket hand washing exercise with their letters, and I just don't think they've handled it that well, if I'm honest. I think they could have done a lot more for us guys as owners. I know it's a first world problem, but I also do think that they should have been a little bit more forthcoming and come up with a slightly better solution and not withdrawn the inspection. You should be able to inspect the part. They're saying it's difficult and they can't vouch for the part and blah blah blah. And I also think insurers should allow road cover but exclude any issues caused by that specific stop use campaign from Porsche. If I was driving along now and the spherical joint went and it caused an accident, I would probably hold my hands up and say fair dues, it was a notified issue, whatever. But I understand insurance doesn't work like that, and I understand people have their hands tied, and we live in a very litigious society, so I can see it on all sides. But for now, this car is probably going to be tucked up until something productive is done about the situation. So hopefully that clarifies things on the Carrera GT front. It's nice to get out in it anyway. Open the window again because I am sweating like something that I can't say on YouTube. What do I think it's going to do to values in the short and long term? Short term, I don't think anyone's really going to care because it's going to be about 12 months off the road. Does anyone really care? That's going to be worst case scenario. Does anyone really care about that? The collectors that I know on the group I'm on, does anyone really care? They're a bit annoyed, sure, but they've all got other metal they can hoof around in. Are they going to sell them as a result of this? No. Is there going to be a flood of them coming to the market? No. So I don't think it's going to have any effect on values in the short term. And what I do think is that it will just mean that they become a rarer and rarer sight on the roads, at least in the short term. Value-wise, these things, I know you all know what I'm going to say. I think these are £3-4 million car quite happily. So I've got no real issues there. And once the replacement parts are made and fitted to these cars, it just stands to reason there's going to be a chunk of the cars out there that never ever get that work done. For whatever reason, a lot of these cars are sat around gathering dust. Some cars won't have that update done. They just won't have it done for whatever reason. A load of cars, whenever recalls come out, they just don't end up getting it done. So there will be slightly more value attached to the cars that have the recall work done. And not only that, but it will mean that these cars have 2024 levels of engineering and machining and tech put back into them. So it's almost going to be kind of a resto mod vibe from Porsche for these cars. So it's going to be an upgrade actually. So I've got no real concern on that front. I'm not going to sell it anytime soon, so I don't really care. I'm not going to sell it at all if I'm able to never sell it. So yeah, those are my thoughts anyway. I've got to put the car away now because I'm going to take a 296 to Clarkson's farm. Stay tuned to the stuff with Car Vertical because that will be coming soon. There'll be an article on their site, so I'll leave the link below to that. But if you want a Car Vertical report, make sure you use the code TGE or click the special link below this video because it will automatically apply a discount, and that will mean that when you do buy a used car, you don't get stung on it. For now then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Ciao for now. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.